So over half of the Blue Eyes White Dragons being submitted right now are going to be 8s or less. And do you think people are going to send in cards that are going to be 8s or less? Tell me where you can find that kind of pop report in any current set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I think it would be hard-pressed to find a pop report when you're talking about cards getting, the majority getting 8s or less on a sample size of 250 cards.
In a world full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, grading, selling, buying, one card game remains supreme. One man has the insights you need to know. Watch and subscribe now. YugiohTube.
As of July 28th of 2021, 6.4% of Blue Eyes White Dragon cards from Gold Series Haunted Mine or GLD5 have come back PSA 10. I repeat, 6.4%, a meager 6.4% of Blue Eyes Ghost Rares from Gold Series Haunted Mine have come back at PSA 10, and that number for the past several years has been declining consistently and exponentially with time. Folks, Gold Series Haunted Mine, a set that came out in 2012 in June or July in the summer in that point, came out as a horrible set. It was just terrible. The commons stunk. You got 5 packs per box, 1 pack per mini display, 5 mini displays per master box. The cards were terrible in it. The commons, the gold rares or the ultra rares, and the ghost rares, yeah, they were cool. There were only 6 ghost rares in the set. You get 5 per box, so you really could complete a set very quickly. There wasn't really a big draw for it. It never got a second wind. We never had a renaissance or rebirth of certain cards from that set that really skyrocketed. Yeah, you had Solemn Judgment come out off the ban list. It affected the ghost rare Solemn Judgments a little bit, but overall, not really a huge spike. 3 main nostalgic cards in this set, Blue Eyes White Dragons, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Solemn Judgment, contributed to its latest success in the last 3-4 years. Kinda reminds me of Retro Pack in a few ways. You're going to think I'm crazy for this, but hey, Retro Pack when it came out, terrible set. People just didn't even think of it. They thought it was just another reprint set. Retro Pack 2, I remember buying those boxes for $70, $80 a box. Now they're thousands. And those secrets really took off from Retro Pack. But it was something that people didn't really recognize as rare, and it took a long time. And we're seeing that with Gold Series 5 Haunted Mine. Now, people always have loved Ghost Rares. What was a big problem with the set was that, well, Ghost Rares weren't rare. There were 1 per pack. Why do I like this set then? Why do I think that this set actually has more long-term potential if the Ghost Rares were so common in this set, and overall it was kind of a stinky set? Well, let's be honest. We look at the set. We have 3 main nostalgic Ghost Rares. Blue Eyes White Dragon, the first and only, as of 2021 going to 2022, the only Ghost Rare version of Blue Eyes White Dragon released in the TCG. That is a big deal. Not only that, it's been a decade since this product was released. This card has been the only option for Ghost Rare Blue Eyes for a decade now. Now, is it the OG anime art? No. Is it the crooked neck art from LOB? No. So it's one of the worst arts you could ask for. It's behind the whole stone in the background, right? But it's Blue Eyes. It's rare and hard to grade in 10. And let me repeat that. It's rare in 10, in a high grade, okay? And we're seeing major premiums being put for this card. PSA 9s, 400 or 500 plus. PSA 10s, name your price. You could look on eBay now and see, oh, there were some that sold. A scam listing, someone listed 3 of them, all actually my image of my card, and those were not legitimate sales. I sold mine for reference for $3,000 before the entire boom of the market, before Yu-Gi-Oh cards went crazy. Think Cyber Sign at the point was $4,000. So you're saying that a Ghost Rare Blue Eyes back in the day in a 10 grade was close to that of a Cyberstein back then. Obviously things have changed, but do you think that a Blue Eyes before the boom would sell for less now than after the boom? I don't think so, especially when I'm monitoring the pop report and I'm seeing every single day that the number of 10s relative to the number of cards graded continues to go down. The percent keeps going down. And this gives me the reminder of something in Pokemon that a lot of folks love. The good T17, the Typhlosion number 17 in Neo Genesis, or the Neo sets, right? The card has a 1.1% chance of getting that PSA 10. The Neo sets were horrific quality. The Lugia, another one, it hit $100,000, 6 to 12 months ago. Either way, whether it's worth $70, $60, $70, $100,000, it's an iconic monster, you could say, an iconic Pokemon with a very low pop and extremely hard to grade. Blue Eyes White Dragon, can't say it's more iconic than that. That's got to be one of the most iconic cards, even with its questionable artwork. Did that affect the LOB Blue Eyes price? Because the LOB Blue Eyes has the crooked neck, which most people would agree is not as good as the starter deck or the DDS version. But guess what? People like it because it's rare. It's from the first set. This was the first Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. So for me, there's a lot of opportunity, considering especially that with every day, the population of 10s continues to drop. Or I shouldn't say the population of 10s. The populations of 10, or the percentage of 10s relative to the cards being submitted, continues to drop. So right now we're at 6.4%. I fully expect that to go down with time. It's been slipping and slipping and slipping for the last 2+ years. This is a set, Ghost Series, or Ghost Haunted Mine, Gold Series 5 Haunted Mine, that was a stinker when it came out, stunk for years after, and finally folks are taking a look. We're hitting $550 to $600 a box, over $100 per mini box or per pack of this stuff. I think that price is justified. People will do anything for the gamble and the chance. I think that Gold Series Haunted Mine Blue Eyes White Dragon continues to be one of the most intriguing cards in this TCG game. I would love to see any more sales data on a PSA 10 Gold Series Haunted Mine or GLD5 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, you'll see 3 on eBay, totally false and fake listings, scam listings, used my actual photo for it, whoever the scammer was. We don't know what it's worth right now, but we know this. Again, if it sold for 3 before the boom, you gotta imagine someone's willing to pay more than $3 grand for it now, especially with a very low pop. 16 out of 250 are graded PSA 10. The entire print run, I was actually doing some numbers here on the entire print run. There were 51 10s out of 480 of the Ghost Rares, so a 10.6% chance that your Ghost Rare would get a Gem Mint 10. Now keep in mind too, a ton, and I mean a ton of these cards were graded by one submitter way back a few years ago. I want to say he hit 4, 5, or even 6 Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, maybe even more than that. So for whatever reason, I think my personal belief is he got a great grader where they didn't really notice a lot of scratches, a lot of corner dings. I don't really know what happened there, but I do know he graded a ton in one submission. Aside from that, it's been so sparse. And I will say this as well. The GLD5 PSA 10 cards out there, especially the Blue Eyes White Dragons, I have seen about, out of the 16, I've seen over 10 of them. So let's say I've seen like 70% of them. All of them, all 10 had issues. Whether it be surface scratches, whether it be corner dings, whether it be edge wear, corner wear, all of them that I've seen personally have had issues. Do they deserve to be 10s? I'd say no, but they are what they are. And now with PSA getting stricter, tightening up, and really making it harder to get any sort of 10s as a whole, those scratches aren't going to fly. You know, those corner dings are not going to fly in PSA 10s. The only ones, in my opinions, that you'll be able to get, outside of a lucky one here and there in the future, are going to be the 16 that are out there. And I think the ones that are out there, unfortunately, are locked away in a lot of people's collections, and I can't see them being really put to market. So what I'm saying is that 6.4%, I think, is going to continue to drop and drop and drop, and could, over a long period of time, over the long haul, start to creep towards those Neo numbers that we see in Pokemon. No, we're not going to see 2,000 of them graded, but I think the percentage is going to keep dropping from that 6, could go to 5, could go to 4, and could continue. We don't know. I will say this, you open a pack or a box of of Gold Series Haunted Mine, the odds of you getting a 10. I mean, I open cases and cases. I've seen people open cases and cases, forget it. All the cards out of the pack, terrible condition, the worst quality control in the entire game, which brings it to a lot of upside when it comes to Gem Mint 10s, which then that chase of getting that perfect or Gem Mint 10 Ghost Rare card gets a lot of folks excited, and if they're willing to pay $500-$600 for a box, they're going to. If that price continues to rise for that chase, it's going to rise. Now, I am not in any means a financial advisor. I am not telling anybody what to or to not do. That is up to you and your total discretion. I'm just giving my opinion on this set, so keep that in mind. So just watch out for that disclaimer there. This is just my own personal opinion. I see a lot of upside. I think this has the formula for success. It has a Blue Eyes. It has the first Blue Eyes. It's a Ghost Rare Blue Eyes. People love ghosts. And more and most importantly, it's got the excessively rare, low population of 10s. And again, with time, especially as PSA tightens up, that's going to get harder and harder and harder to hit a 10, in my opinion. And again, I've been monitoring these pop reports for quite a while, especially on this specific set, because I knew how hard it was to grade this set. And this set has not moved. We have not seen 10s pop from this set in a long, long time. If anyone has a PSA 10 Gold Series Haunted Mine Blue Eyes White Dragon, please let me know. Please let me know. I'm more than interested. If you are selling, please let me know a price. I'm more than happy to take a price on it. I'm very curious to see what a card like that will go for now, post-boom. I'm very curious, because that is one of those unicorn cards that you can't find now, and you're probably not going to find for years to hit the market. And I'm very curious to see what that ends up going for. So again, I think that recipe is there. I think it's got the rarity. No, not pack-pulled rarity, but PSA 10 rarity, condition rarity, flawless condition rarity, almost an impossibility. And again, the 10s that are out there really, in my opinion, aren't flawless. And I think it's going to be an extremely tough card to find. The Blue Eyes, even the other cards, Solemn Judgment, very low pop. Was that pop like 5? Something ridiculous. And again, people could rip someone could say, hey, Tim, I'm ripping 3 cases, so I'm going to blow this pop out of the water because there's 1 ghost per pack, right? Yeah, have fun with that. I mean, one last point to make was that the Blue Eyes White Dragon, out of 250 graded, okay? Out of 250 graded, we had 89 9s, 73 8s, 8 8.5s, 42 7s, and 21 6s. So we're saying only about a third of these cards were 9s. And 2/3, about, give or take, a little over 50%, were actually 8s or less. So over half of the Blue Eyes White Dragons being submitted right now are going to be 8s or less. And do you think people are going to send in cards that are going to be 8s or less? Tell me where you can find that kind of pop report in any current set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I think it would be hard-pressed to find a pop report when you're talking about cards getting, the majority getting 8s or less on a sample size of 250 cards. Until next time, YugiohTube signing out.